Hi everyone, welcome back to today's episode of Mindful Moments. In today's sharing, I wanted to talk about appreciating the little things in life. Because just the other day, I was listening to this podcast and it really struck me that only really in times where there are triggering situations, like say if you were to have an injury, for example, or you have a certain health scare that happens and arises, do you really think about appreciating the things that you used to have before that particular health scare? Thinking about my injuries that I had last time, like on my shoulder or on my wrist, it really made me think that I should really think about appreciating what I have right now because you just never know when you will lose like the ability to walk or to write or to listen or to see. There are so many different things that I feel is important to recognize and appreciate and not just be so caught up in the things that we do that we lose sight of being present in the moment and enjoying every little bit and aspect of life that it has to offer us or it can offer us. And just this morning as well, when I was doing my meditation, just like sitting down and appreciating the wind blowing against my face, the birds chirping in the background. I think those are just little things that, for me especially, I can appreciate in the morning. But then once I start my day working, all these senses of mine doesn't really get as heightened as in the morning when I just wake up and starting to have that appreciation and gratitude for the day, which is why I feel it's important to have these kind of practices for myself as well, because then it allows me to remember to appreciate these things. Because if I don't have these practices, then it's going to be hard for me if I don't regularly come back to my present self. Because if I were to think of it, if I do not have a wellness practice that I come back to regularly, then in 6 months to a year or even more than that, wouldn't I be losing touch with myself as the time progresses? And then I'll find myself saying, oh wow, time really flies, huh? And then when I say that, I realize that, wow, have I really been appreciating these little moments that have been happening? Because on days that you work, imagine spending majority, for most people, spending majority of your time and your week at work and doing all these different tasks, activities. If I wasn't really enjoying the work that I do, wouldn't that mean that I'm really just wasting my life away because I've just been put on this earth to just run through the rat race and just constantly worry about whether I can pay my next monthly bill, for example, and earning enough and just filling my rice bowl up so that I can earn enough to enjoy my life later on. And then I thought about it and realized if I start to work so hard right now and grind out through the 10 years, wouldn't that be wasting that 10 years of my life? And at the end of the 10 years, what if because of that grind takes a toll on my health and then I end up not being able to enjoy what I have planned out for myself at the beginning of the 10 years before I started working. And also because of all the uncertainty and maybe, triggering or health scares that may arise within my life, I take it as like a sign for me to acknowledge that I really have to be enjoying every moment as I can, as much as I can in this life, and not let these moments go to waste because we just won't know what would happen. And even spending time with my loved ones, I realized that I shouldn't take that for granted as well because you just never know what might happen in the future. And just by thinking about it, spending time with loved ones as well is so important because you just never know when you might lose someone. And having lost a friend previously during COVID as well, I think that really struck me to appreciate what I have at this current moment as well because you just never can. You just never know. You just never know. So I hope this particular video has sparked some insights for you to think about how you are finding that balance for yourself in a day so that you can come back to yourself and really find that reason for appreciating the things in life that you currently have, because it's just not worth it, in my opinion, if you just lose track of time and not appreciate these little things in life, and even like celebrating small wins in life. So I hope this video has sparked some insights for you to think about how you can find balance in your life as well, so that you can start appreciating the little things in life and not lose track by getting too sucked in and drawn in by the stresses of life. There's always some way to think about it, or even by adopting a wellness practice for yourself can even make a difference. It's all about taking those micro steps for us to start achieving a more balanced lifestyle for ourselves. And if you found this particular content useful for you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.